Hey, what's up, Facebook? Real quick, I am about to take off from the office, but I wanted to share with you something that just came out in a podcast interview I did from with a great questioner. It's actually my own podcast, and on my own podcast, he interviewed me, but it was Jeff Moore, and Jeff is a great interviewer, and he started asking about my explosive Instagram growth and Facebook engagement. And here's what I found: I found there are two things that will make content great, that will make it shareable and actionable. And here they are, okay? The first one is, do not create content that is forcing growth. Do not, it's not like a hoorah, force growth. Here's the tactics. Help people remove the limiting factors, okay? Because if you have to motivate them and help them grow, they're not going to make a ton of progress, and then they're not going to credit your content with being super helpful, right? So focus on removing the limiting factors, not forcing growth, okay? And here's how we do that. Here's number two. Abstract theory is fun. It's fun to talk about. It's entertaining. It's new. It's interesting. But your content, the content that is blowing up my Instagram right now, the content that is getting shared and viewed like this, focuses on the practical application. If you want this, do this simple thing. You don't explain why. You don't go into this abstract theory, right? Like if drinking coconut oil hurts your stomach, stop drinking coconut oil, right? Like that's what you do. If you start getting into, well, because your gallbladder, yada, 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 you lose them. Okay, so it's practical application to remove the limiting factor. It is not abstract theory or forcing growth, right? So I've been rapid testing. I've been testing my content like crazy. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see like 15 different types of posts. You'll see, scroll my Facebook feed right here, you'll see like 15 different kinds of posts, right? And I'm really testing what's working. And people need super simple, ultra palatable, actionable content. And then when they can take action and you remove the limiting factor and you help them level up a little bit, they come back to you to remove the next limiting factor. All right? And what you get is you get a tribe of people that you've actually helped, and they share and they evangelize, okay? So those are the two things with your content. Think, well, three things, okay? Let's say super, super simple, palatable, practical application, easy to apply, immediately actionable, no theory. It doesn't matter why, not right now. Okay? If you want this, do this, let me know what happens. That's practical application. Okay? And remove the limiting factor. Remove the limits to growth. Don't try to force growth or grow from 0 to 1, right? Really get to know your audience and figure out, they're putting all this effort into something. What's the limit? And just tell them how to remove the limit, and they'll progress forward. They'll hit another wall, and guess who they're going to come to, right? So remove the limiting factor, practical application, ultra simple and palatable. Okay, so my suggestion to you is to go start making content. Really figure out what is the thing I can tell somebody to do that will remove their limit to growth right now, my ideal client, and go make that content. Say, hey, guys, I want to give you this tip. Do this, okay? And then see if your engagement increases. And what's going to happen is if they do it and their engagement increases, they're going to come back. And that's consistently the content. Like I said, I'm rapidly testing. The removing the limit to growth by focusing only on the practical application has been the most useful content. It gets shared the most, it gets viewed the most, and is actually, when we pay for traffic, it's the cheapest to get 100% video views, which is a very, very important metric, which I'll talk about another time. So hopefully that's useful. Let me know. If you want to talk about how to do this, I'll just spend the time with you. Go to velocitycall.com. Okay, go to velocitycall.com, and I will just help you craft your content, script it out, build a system to get it out there. We'll get 45 minutes, maybe an hour, do it for free. Go to velocitycall.com, check out the little VSL that kind of tells you why I would do it for free and what to expect. But if nothing else, go do that, okay? Practical application, super palatable, and make sure we're removing the limit to growth. We're not teaching new things and forcing growth. We are just giving them the thing they need to do to remove that glass ceiling that they're banging up against, right? Cool. If that's useful, give it a share. Let me know you heard me. If somebody's still here, type in velocitycall.com for me because I'm on my phone. Velocitycall.com. And that's it. So you guys have a glorious, Wednesday. I'm driving to LA tomorrow for our network retreat. Got a bunch of just the best service providers on the frickin' planet coming in and super excited. So we have the network retreat. I'll kind of be MIA. You guys are awesome. Start making content, but think in terms of practical application. What can this person do today that will remove the limit to their growth? That's the lowest hanging fruit. It's the highest leverage. It'll build a lot of trust and authority. And what you're doing is you are demonstrating that you know the way, that you know who they are, you know where they've been because you've been there, and you've made the leap and you can help them make the leap. So make that content, okay? Make that content. Let me know how it goes.